dawn at the training camp. Some are already lining up, others are yelling, and some just don't want to get up. Soldiers? Not quite, but the discipline? Almost military. Almost. Someone's day starts with bugs, and a mini scream from the soul. Ah, damn bug! And there he is, our main character. No panic, no reaction. Just lying there, while everyone else is rushing around. He looks like he knows what he's doing, or he's just tired of life. Who is he? My name is Encrid. I'm the commander of a squad of oddballs, exiled from everywhere for their antics. Basically, a dream team, each with their own baggage or a bug in their boot. And our main guy, still silently watching. No glory, no heroics, just a camp and a pile of problems. Hundreds of copies soar into the sky. To the sound of battle cries, the army charges forward. Attack! Roars the leader, his voice shaking the battlefield. He has no special powers, no magic, no blessings from the gods. But he has something far more important: war. The weak don't survive here. I made it this far through endless training. Every move and the result of pain and effort. But even strength doesn't last forever. They were faster. And in that moment, I felt the end closing in. An arrow tore through the air, gleaming in the rays of the setting sun. He no longer thinks about fear. In his hands, a sword, and as long as he holds it, he will not give up. He made a promise to himself. He would become a knight, even if that dream is worn, torn, faded. It still lives on in his heart. He has fallen. The battle is over. His sword, abandoned. His shield, useless. He is lost. Silence enveloped him. His consciousness sinks into darkness. He never thought the end would be so empty, without honor, without meaning. But even in that emptiness, something inside him kept burning. He feels it, a faint light of hope, as if time itself had bent and the story was not yet over. He awakens. This is not the end. He feels it. Heavy thuds like echoes of the past. Thump! Thump! The heart beats again. Is this not the end? He jolts upright, breathing heavily, his face tense. He had been certain. He was dead. Yet his eyes opened once more. The same faces, the same voices. He had seen this before. He blinks, trying to make sense of where he is. A dream? Or is it all starting over? He turns his head, just in time to see another guy fiddling with his boot. Something inside the boot. Every detail exactly the same, down to the smallest things. He yelps and jerks back, throwing the boot aside. Ah, damn bug! Yes, this morning. The same one. Again. He felt it, a strange sense of déjà vu. On the battlefield, blades pierced his body again and again. The first strike, the second, the third. Death seemed inevitable. But instead of the end, it all began again. He died, and each time he returned to that same day. Over and over. The battle, the bloodshed. Again and again, it repeats. No matter how many times he fights, no matter how hard he struggles, he cannot escape. Caught in an endless loop, forced to relive the same day over and over again. The strike was perfect. No hesitation. Straight to the heart. This is the 17th time he's seen that blade. And the 17th time he's died. He fell in battle. His blade struck true, but it wasn't enough. If only I had tried a little harder, he thought. Darkness closed in. He kept falling. And then, a voice. Do you really believe that? You keep fighting. Why? Feel the despair. Give up. A wall stands before him, unbreakable, impossible, teeth clenched, eyes burning. He rises, ready to die, but not to kneel. He may live only one day, but today he fights as a knight. He wakes up earlier than usual. His comrade looks over. "You're up early today?" He replies, "There's a bug in your boot." The guy scoffs. "Is this another one of your dumb jokes?" But he stays calm. I saw it crawl in. He looks away, thinking, I've seen this scene 18 times. Same morning, same people, same loop. Can I finally finish this day? Encrid learned swordsmanship from a retired mercenary who had wandered into his village by chance. From dawn till dusk he trained relentlessly, refining every move with quiet determination. His effort didn't go unnoticed. One day the mercenary, impressed by his progress, said, "Incredible, Encrid. If you're already this skilled, you could become a knight." Those words struck deep. Me, a knight. The thought echoed in his mind. A knight, in gleaming armor, standing alone in the middle of the flames. A knight who alone can inspire an entire nation. I thought, this is the kind of knight I want to be, a nameless boy chasing the great saga. To learn, to train, and one day become a knight. They laughed, shouted how easily the newcomer had fallen. "You're not even fit to be a mercenary," was heard at every table. He held back the pain. He kept silent. Leaving the village, he sought strength in another, seeking himself. He realized talent means nothing, but it was also too soon to give up. He worked when others slept, worked when it hurt, because he believed effort is more important than a gift. There was a time he believed he could overcome anything. Snow, blood, fear, nothing could stop him. He fought and grew stronger. With every victory he believed, I can become a knight. He trusted in hard work, in the path forged through pain. But that hope began to crack. One day a boy from the village challenged him to a duel. Just a kid, only 12 years old, 6 months of training. And the boy won. And the man, who held a sword for 10 long years, dropped to his knees. A genius in just 6 months was stronger than a decade of effort. Encrid is the one despised by all. He begs for a chance, even the slightest chance. Day after day he trains and trains, dreaming of becoming a knight. Through pain, fear, and despair, he marches forward, believing that one day he will rise. 3 years later, Cyprus Division. After years of study and training, he became a fighter in the 3rd Assault Group, one of the most elite units. It was the best result he could hope for with his level of talent. While practicing, he turned to his comrade. "Hey, Jackson. What? Would you mind filling in for me today?" Jackson threw a quick glance at him without stopping. "Substitute for me next time." The protagonist nodded silently and went back to his exhausting preparations. He has long avoided the past, but now he decides. No more running. He asks to be trained in the heart of the beast technique again, knowing that this is not a path for the weak. It's not just a fighting style. It's a state of mind. When the battle begins, shouts and swords rumble around him, but he is calm. His movements are precise. The glances of his enemies are full of fear. He doesn't just fight, he walks through them like a storm. With each blow it is as if he is freed from his former doubts. He's not the same man he was before. Today he is ready to go all the way. Today he is a warrior. He sees one of his comrades struck down. A second, and the one falls. He'll hold on a little longer, he thinks. Number. He's dead. One by one, they die. But he's still alive. Breathing, moving, beating. I'll live. This time, I'm gonna make it. They told him, fight like a beast. Forget fear. Forget death. But he remembered. He felt every one of them. No, he thought. Death doesn't break me. It makes me stronger. And there it was again. The blade, the pain, 21st time, the 21st death. But even now, there was no fear in his eyes. In the abyss of darkness, where souls are broken, where there is no hope, he was called to surrender, to accept the end, to get on the boat and disappear. But he said, no, this day will never come. With rage in his eyes, he rejected fate, against death. You piece of shit. He came back. He ducked, he stood up, and step by step, he's moving forward. Not a hero, not a chosen one, just a man who refused to give up. It was his 22nd day. And once again, he challenged the unknown. Fighting again. 33rd time. 33 lives. 33 deaths. And each time all over again. He learned, he memorized, he's gotten faster. Now he sees the blows before they start. He moves in advance. Dodge, counterattack, dodge again. But, it's still not enough. At the very last moment, he realizes the one who kills him is too fast. And, for the 33rd time, dies. On the ground lies an amulet. The blue light reflects a day that never ends. He was once a mercenary. Took orders, fought monsters. Not out of duty, it just happened. He helped a village once. Not because he had to, but because he wanted to be a knight. He was given an amulet for his help. We have nothing else, said the woman. It will fulfill your wish. He didn't believe it then. But now the days go round and round, fighting again. More death. Maybe it's because of him. That amulet keeps telling him to become a knight. He wakes up again. Same morning, same day. Without a single deviation, everything goes in a circle. The creak of the bed, the beam of light, that bug in his shoe. He's seen it before. He's tired of listening. Enough words. Teach me the technique of the heart of the beast. No response. Just a blow. No warning. No pity. The sparring begins. Ekrid dodges, not just dodging, but as if he had anticipated every move. Rem freezes for a split second, noticing something odd. How did you do that? How did you become so strong overnight? Ekrid answers calmly. I was just practicing. He pauses, then adds, maybe I learned by accident. Anyway, let's spar again. Rem nods respectfully. My respects. They engage in battle again. Ekrid deftly dodges. Ram presses on. Come on, Commander. Is dodging all you can do? Ekrid replies. I only know one style, Varlin's mercenary style. At that moment, he abruptly rests his foot on the ground and strikes, exactly the same move as the knight from before. But Rem knocks the sword from his hands. Ekrid is stunned. He was able to replicate the same blow. Rem utters, that blow was the best you've ever shown. He looks at him seriously. Commander, you're too afraid to miss. You think, what if he blocks? But you have to think of something else he won't be able to dodge. You'll die if you don't believe the blow, and then you will lose your sword again. The words were confusing, but Ekrid realized the main point. The difference between his strike and the knight's was intent. I must strike with the intent to kill. Over and over again. Fighting, dying, training. Day 111, day 123, and now, day 124. During the sparring, Ekrid put all the strength, all the rage that had been building up all this time into the blow. Bloody hands. Rem is shocked, and Ekrid smiles. Finally, I've mastered the Mad Knight's sword strike.